everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm a bit sheepish coming back here today because I'm very certain at the end of my last video I said I upload every other week, and how many months has it been since I uploaded last? So don't judge me, I do upload 2 videos a month on my Patreon, so I've been just focusing more on that. But that's changing, that's gonna change. So in this video today, I have some new art supplies and I said I would kind of mess around with them and see what I think about them. So let us get into the haul. First and foremost are these set of 48 acrylic markers by Artex. And these were gifted to me by the brand in exchange for a review on my Instagram. I was going to say the goo, the ink or the acrylic inside, and they're just like in a regular acrylic marker and you push them and the ink comes out. So we will go over them later. So that's number one. Now I did order from Jackson's Art and I got some refills, I think. Oh, refills, just things that I had run out of. This is the soft white pencil by Holbein. And I use this an awful lot. This is my current one. As you can see, we're about halfway through it. And you have to sharpen this one with a knife. But as you can see, it's very soft. Like the fact that I can draw on my skin with this. It's really good for going over in white details on top of things. So that's a rebuy. And then my other rebuys are Winsor & Newton Designer Squash. We have these 4 colours I was just basically running out of and needed to replenish. These ones you've probably seen me talk about quite a lot. The first one that we have here, Paraline Black. And this is a lovely green-black shade. I use this instead of like Mars Black or Lamp Black or anything like that. If you water it down, it's like a dusky green colour. It's very nice and a really nice alternative to black. Black because when you mix it with things, it can make them dark enough to look black, but at the same time it's not like black, so it doesn't muddy up colours like a true black would. And then we have Permanent Yellow Deep. That's like my go-to yellow. And then my go-to green, which is olive green. And then we also have Burnt Sienna. On my Patreon, actually, this is probably why I needed to replenish the 3 of these. I did a video where I had a limited palette using just these 3 colours and I got a really cool painting out of it. So, quick old Patreon plug there. Woodland Warden's tier. 2 videos a month. That's the boring replenishment stuff done. The next stuff that I have, so I got some pencils, and in my youth, when I was but a child on DeviantArt, I used to use Derwent Colour Soft pencils. They were like I had like a set of like 24 or something, and they were my holy grail, and I thought I was the coolest cat in the world. And they were expensive as well, and like they were precious, and everything I drew was with them. And then in my adult years, I kind of forgot about Derwent. And I saw on when I was kind of browsing Jackson's, I saw that they had these ChromaFlow pencils, and ChromaFlow sounds nice. And I had already tried the Coloursoft, and I know I like Coloursoft, but I said I wanted to give these ones a go. So I got this shade, Iris Purple, and it has a nice blue. And then I got Foliage, and this is a nice olivey green. And then I got Melon, and it's a nice peachy shade. So we'll give these 3 a go. I saw these and I was like, ooh, this is interesting. These are ShinHan Pass, and they are hybrid of watercolour and gouache, which I'm really just curious to see what these are like. So I got 4 shades. I got this olive green, and we'll play around these later on. It's a nice standard olive green, can't go wrong. And then I got Heliotrope, which is this lovely bright, look at that on camera, ooh, juicy, ugh, that's nasty, I won't do that again, sorry. And then I got Prussian Blue, nice deep blue. And then finally I got Permanent Yellow Deep. So I went for the olive green, the Prussian Blue and the Permanent Yellow Deep because these are the colours that I use an awful lot. And I said, I'm kind of most familiar with how they work and stuff, so I said I'd be very curious. And then this one, I just liked the look of this one. So I've never used these before. It's what I am most excited about. This is gonna be so fun. These look like keycaps of a keyboard from the 90s, but I swear they're not. They're a bunch of wee half pans, so tiny baby half pans, and they will go along with this. So I am getting married later in the year, and I'm going to be going on my honeymoon, and I'm going to be traveling for a month, and so I wanted to make a travel palette, because my setup here is that I just have a bunch of tubes in front of me, and like I have this absolutely chaotic. Actually, these are the Coloursoft pencils from when I was a teenager. Oh my god, full circle. So yeah, that's the layout of my pencils that I used when I was literally like 14, 15, like 15 years ago. So yeah, I don't ever say I'm not thrifty or environmentally conscious. I've held on to this cursed tin for that long. But yeah, this is my palette, and what I do is I just squeeze paint out on here, and because I use gouache, it's all re-wettable and stuff, but I just give it a clean every now and again. But obviously, if I am traveling, that's not really feasible. So I wanted to get myself a travel palette. So I got this from Jackson's, and everything I mentioned will be linked down below, don't worry. And this is it. Hold on, let me zoom you out so you can get a proper view of this bad boy. So these are the half pans to go in with it. And here we have 4 little wells, and then right here, and we can mix here as well. So I think it fits like 40 something half pans. So we just clip these and they go in there like that. It's not too big, like a little bit larger than my hand. Oh, what's cool is it has this little ring, so if you're like painting, you can go like beep 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 beep. Very nice. So I like it. I think this is fun. I'm so excited to like put all my colours in. I'm such a child. And then, as a little treat to myself, I wanted to try some new gouache, and I saw this set on Jackson's, and I think they had an offer on sets at the time, and I really wanted this. These are ShinHan, so it's like these are ShinHan as well. These are ShinHan Pass. Then these are the ShinHan just regular gouache, and I liked this set. I think this is set 24B. Yeah, they have a 24A, and this is the 24B set. I'll have these linked down below. But I just liked the colours. A lot of these colours sort of speak to me, particularly moss green. It's my boy. I like this Jaune Brilliant, bright yellow. I don't know, my French is poor. And again, lovely lilac, hydrangea. Oh, and then nice bright pink, lovely browns. There's no white, but I have plenty of white and other colours. So I said what I would do is I would buy this as a little set to put into these small pans. I think it is time to test everything, which I'm very excited about. I had these for like a couple of days, but I had other obligations that I needed to fulfill before I could get to these, so I'm so excited to finally test these out. Look at them. Oh, I'm such a child. I see like colours arranged in like a rainbow format and I just salivate at the mouth. First things first, I will get back to the Artex markers. I actually really like them. I know that sounds like a load of crap because I got gifted them. I wasn't under any obligation to make a YouTube video about them though, so I can be honest. These are the swatches that I did of them. So you get a white, 2 metallics, and then all of these. I really just like the colour selection. Like look at those greens and those like dusky blues. And you get 2 fluorescent colours. I would have loved a fluorescent pink in this one. Sad I didn't have a fluorescent pink. But then we have, this is me testing out the actual marker. I think it turned out really nice. I did a piece testing these markers out, and it turned out really cute. Look how bubbly and happy it is. So this is just solely using the markers from this set. This is it now. What I will say is that I've never had acrylic markers that don't do this. And this is the fault of the paper, not the markers, is the pilling of the paper. But I really actually like these. I think I like these more than I like Posca pens. And I used to use Posca pens a ton. I'd say like 2018, 2019, I used Posca pens like nobody's business. But these have lovely range of colour that I don't find as much in Posca pens. Like this olivey green and this like yellow green. I really like both of them. I originally just did this whole thing in green because I wanted the focus to be on clouds, but then it looked really boring when I did the whole thing in green. So then I let it dry and I layered over it, and these layer incredibly well. Like, I mean, I could have done a better job. I could have filled in the gaps and stuff, but they layer super well. And then up here, I blended it a little bit, and I did a little bit of blending here with Wet n Wet. So they blend, they layer, like this is like just heavy paper. It's not like card or anything, so they don't bleed either. They dry nice matte quickly. They dry quite true to colour, and it comes with spare tips. I really like these, and I really like the piece that I made with it. If I have any code or anything like that for them, I will link it down below, but if I don't have a code, then it won't be linked down below. So if there is a code, it will be there, and if there's not a code, it won't be there. But no, these are super. I really like it. I really like them. They're like so fun. And what I also think is nice is that sometimes I want to make art, but I'm too lazy to like set up my paints, pour out water, get my paintbrushes ready, get my towel ready and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, so much work. But with like acrylic markers, like there's a whole piece that I created with just the acrylic markers. The sketchbook I'm using today is the Odd Orange sketchbook, and this is in their CMYK colour range, or CMYK range. They're plainer and cheaper than their fancier cloth bound ones, so that's like the sole reason why I got it, because I was like, I can't afford a fancy one. What I want to try first is my ShinHan Pass. I always considered gouache pretty similar to watercolour in the sense that like it can go very watercolory itself because it's water soluble. It's definitely not as thick. Very smooth, first of all. That's a very nice green, first off. I really like the golden undertones. It's a little bit streakier, I will probably say. You know what it is? It's the way it dries. I think the way this dries is very much, it looks like watercolour when it dries. I think it goes farther than gouache as well. We do a tiny little painting. It's still wet, obviously, but that is testing out the ShinHan Pass. Dry, slower than gouache as well. And you can see there like how it really feathers in as if it was watercolor, and here the textures are very watercolor. This might be a new favorite paint of mine. 4 colors, well 5 if you include white. This is a heliotrope and Prussian blue with a little bit of white in the sky. And then we've got Prussian blue, olive green, and permanent yellow deep. We're gonna swatch all 24 of these guys. Now, what I think will be a good comparison is if we compare how these look. Exhibit A. Look at the gouache and how this streaky texture is left behind where it's been watered down. There's more texture where it's been watered down, whereas here it dries like watercolors. Like you get these lovely smooth washes, but you also get the kind of the texture of watercolors, just the textural difference. It's funny, it feels like gouache when you're using it, and then when it dries down it's like watercolor. Now I'm going to go here and we're going to try our new pencils, the Chroma Flows. So I'm not going to go where it's wet on the pages, but I'll go here where it's like dry. Ooh, they're quite smooth. Nice. How do they go over? They don't layer that well over the thicker areas of the yellow. So the yellow seems to have rejected it slightly. It goes fine over the lighter areas of yellow. This is still wet here, so I couldn't try it there. Here you can see I tried it and it seems to be fine. And then it shows up against the blue quite well as well. So surprised. Maybe it's just the texture particularly of this yellow, I'm not sure. And this is Melon. Let's see Melon. Melon is nice. And then Melon seems to be going fine over that yellow, so maybe it's that green. Here it is there. Not excellent over that one. Not excellent over there either. But fine over the not so dark colours. And then finally we have Iris Purple. Fine over that. Seems pretty okay over there. How do they layer over each other? Not stunningly. Fine over the darker areas. Oh, it layers quite well over that dark green. And here. Over here. It's pretty wet over that blue actually. First off, big up the ShinHan Pass. ShinHan Pass. A1. Excellent. Also, have to say, do really enjoy the gouache, but I think now I want to try a proper painting with the gouache. This was a very fun sort of experimental piece. I just wanted to get lots of crazy textures. This is our lighthouse piece that we use the squash for. This piece that we use the ShinHan Pass for, and this is almost dry apart from this little guy right here, and that turned out lovely. That is it. I hope you enjoyed watching and seeing all the different things that I made with the different materials I had here today. And yeah, I promise it will not be months before you see me again. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you again sooner than the last time I saw you. Bye!